Welcome back, Homestead family and backyard gardeners. This is Rob from Focus Fresh Gardens Homestead, eating fresh to your plate. And this afternoon, I've got 16 tomato bushes that I'm going to start planting. I've got on the right 8 oxheart and 8 break O'Day indeterminates. Now, indeterminates mean that you need to stake them up, whereas a determinate means they're a bush and they don't need any staking up. So I'm going to show you through the processes of putting them into a 20 litre container. You want to get yourself a drill, a bigger drill bit. That's all I have at the moment, and drill 5 holes. Let the water drain out. Here we have Yates blood and bone and some garden lime, and we're going to put these two together and just chuck it in the hole. And just twirl that around a bit. Here we have 4 20 litre containers, 2 Oxford Heart tomatoes and 2 break O'Day tomatoes, indeterminate. An easy way to put on your back patio or balcony, takes up very little space and didn't cost the ends of the earth. Welcome back, Homestead family and backyard gardeners. This is Rob from Focus Fresh Garden Homestead, eating fresh to your plate. And today on the 8th of October, I'm down here at our tomato, eggplant, corn and grape raised garden bed. And I want to talk a little bit today about growing your own food in little space. You know, we've got a food crisis here in Australia and around the world, and it's like, I want to grow my own food, but I've got no space. I've only got a patio or a front porch, and I don't have land like you do. Well, I'm here to tell you you can, but it's going to cost you a little bit of money up front. You know, very low budget, no frills, and so we're going to get stuck into it. But I'm just finishing off my nectarine that fell off the tree. You know, when you grow stuff yourself, it's just unbelievable. So, without further ado, we have a 20 litre container, and this goes for $14.70. Now, I picked these up for $9.89. And there's quite a bit of value there. So I got 8 of them. So that would have costed me $117.60 versus $79.12. Or you can go the no frills option with no handles, this small black pot. I've seen them in Bunnings for I think $5-6. So without the handle, black instead of white, maybe I think they're 20 litres, or I'm not sure on the size, but low budget right there. Now your cage, your tomato cage, these are $12.98 versus this is a 1.2 gauge mesh cage, and this is $33.99. I find also with tomato cages or broccoli and all that, they're very heavy and they'll push the plant over, so I like a little bit of durability. So that's why I got a couple of these. Now you got a tomato cage or a steak. Now I think this is $13, or the one with the handles on it is $26.49. So now we're getting down to the soil. Now I support my local nursery. I don't have the bag with me, but they've got the Rocky Point Premium Potty Mix, 2 for $38, or 60 litres per bag. Or you've got the Coco Pro, which is 4 for $55, 30 litres per bag. So if you go with this option here, it works out to be about $54.78. If you, what have I done here? If you wanted that one, that was the 54. If you wanted with this, it was 36 and 62 cents, and if you went the complete no frills option, it was $31 and 73 cents. Now that's all fine and dandy, but if you want a couple of them, you can see how much it's going to cost you, and you still have to wait 12 to 18 weeks for some sort of harvest. And that doesn't include, do you buy your seeds, or do you buy in punnets like this, and $5 or $4.95 versus $3.90. You get 50 seeds per packet, so it works out to 80 cents per seed. So it's totally up to you what option you go to down the road. It is gardening is not cheap, but growing is free, and I think a lot of people have missed the boat, including myself, because gardening is not cheap by any means. All these raised garden beds that I've made myself or brought, it's costed me hundreds and hundreds in the soil. I've spent probably a good couple of $1,000s just on soil and raised garden beds, and it's, you don't get a return out of it. So that's what I'm trying to do here today, is to get people to see the real costs of growing your own crop. Like my fruit trees, I've probably spent $1,000 on fruit trees, just on the pots, the plant, the soil. So basically it's $100 per pot and tree if you really get down to nuts and bolts of it. So that's where we are today, ladies and gentlemen, and I just want you to have a really good hard think of what options you've got. There's heaps of great bargains to be had. I saw Bunnings had really cheap garden beds going. I thought, wow, they're not too bad. But I've got all my raised garden beds, but if you're looking, you're not sure, you're probably going to have to spend, $1,000 or so on soil and a number of raised garden beds just to get you started. So that's really for me today. I've been doing this for a good number of years now, and I just really enjoy growing my own food from seed to harvest. So without further ado, we're going to harvest some cherry tomatoes and some nice little sized tomatoes. And before I get going, we've got a real crisis, in South Australia with tomato, with the disease. All the workers got laid off. So don't expect your tomato prices to be coming down anytime soon. Just remember a couple of years ago we had a shortage on lettuce, and it was $12 each. Remember? So just remember, if you like your tomatoes like I do, expect the prices to be going up sometime very soon, the next couple of months or so. So we're going to harvest some cherry tomatoes. Just have a look at that. You know, that's been bitten into by a grub worm. You know, I've just noticed the other day the amount of grub worms that are in here and on my corn. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, you see that? See that? Completely destroyed. That's because of all the rain we've had here in Brisbane, Australia. I'll save these while I can got the opportunity to. There we go. That's not too bad at all. I would like them bigger, but hey, you know, that's the best I can get at this stage, unfortunately. So here we have it. Some small tomatoes. I think these are a heirloom tomato, non-determinate. And there's all my cherry tomatoes. Not too bad. But it's taken me a good number of months to get these going. And that's what I mean, it takes such a long time for such little back in return. So how much are you willing to spend so you can just grow your own food? So until next time, either grow big or go to shops. Thank you very much for watching at Focus Trash Gardens Homestead. Bye for now.